That's the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I just don't understand how the fuck do people think that you're gonna do something and there's no possible way that that's gonna come back to bite you in the ass, especially when it comes down to robbing and kidnapping people. Look, you can say that Gucci Man have a past and all of that shit, but clearly the man turned his life around. So he's hiring fucking, ex-cops, bro. And what do you think that ex-cop is going to do? Stupid. Like, he's not surrounding himself anymore with this hard-body street niggas. When you are trying to be a businessman, a legitimate businessman in a legitimate, quote-unquote, legitimate world. It's just the rules and regulations, And I get where probably Pooh Sheisty was coming from. Hey, this nigga's robbing me, so I'm gonna do him the favor. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually taking back what I earned, right? That's what he probably was thinking. That street mentality. And if it was drug dealing in the drug dealing world, that would have been perfect. But you're still dealing in a legitimate world and business, and you gotta move accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is above the program when it comes down to this shit, man. Especially when you're, you're poor and you're black and you're motherfucking, you lack resources. You're going to have to abide by the rules of the legitimate world. You can't just fucking think that you could skip through phases and pay. Yeah, maybe if you're fortunate enough, yeah, you could skip through fucking goddamn, some stages and whatever. But you, in totality, given your position, are in no position to ever fucking barricade people into it. I'm trying not to laugh because it's like some shit you see out of a movie, like the mob movies, or it's back in the 90s and shit like that, where Suge Knight was supposedly dangling fucking Vanilla Ice off a fucking ledge. It's like, brother, Pooh Sheisty, you played yourself on a colossal motherfucking level. And that's just what it is. And I will hope that my black men will understand that, yes, systematic racism and all of that may be in existence. In fact, it is, right? But when you constantly do shit that give these crackers, right, since we're going to do the black and white thing, gives these crackers an excuse to lock your black ass up, you really can't say it's systemic racism. That's why Pooh Sheisty is in jail. Pooh Sheisty could not escape a certain mentality. In his world, when you're disrespected, you go about things differently. But what he doesn't understand is you're not of that world anymore the moment you decided to sign that contract. So now you're a public figure. So now it's just like, no matter what moves you make, you know what I'm saying, you're going to be held to a certain standard. You're under a different microscope, despite how you made it feel about your contract situation. Only thing you had to do was just like, yo, listen, talk to him in another way. Okay, he said no. All right, fine. How can you best navigate through this situation? You could have talked to him and negotiated a number. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure he'd been more than willing to meet you halfway. It's not what you do, it's how you motherfucking do it. I don't know Gucci Man personally. I don't know obviously I don't know Pooh Sheisty personally. But I do know this. Pooh Sheisty. If Gucci Man was a white man, would you pull that? If he was Jimmy Iovine, would you pull that? I don't know. Just food for thought. Holla at your boy. Hey, I'm on my way to a meeting. What do I know? He's just 26 years old. Fucking dumb. Holla. Recovery.